Alright, hi, it's me, Octocam here, and I want us to start by just want to tell you um that the mod I made for the Frontiers, between Frontiers mod is out now, so you can play that. I even send a link down in the description. I am not gonna be bullshit BSing around, you know, around here. I'm gonna get to why my thoughts and everything. But yeah, the mod is out now, so yeah. Another thing is that I came okay. Okay. The real talk. I don't real talk. Ever since the Switch 2 was released, I've never used my Switch 2 outside of like recording and streaming. I'll be completely real with you. Um, the handheld, the handheld, the handheld for me. Um, for me. Let me go get it. This is my Sonic bag. Um, handheld for me, has been pretty much just useless outside of like, recording and streaming. To be honest with you, and if you've seen the title, um, um, I'll be talking about why why this console is a worse system than this one, which is the Iron Odin. I wouldn't really count this as a review for the Iron Odin anyway, in the traditional sense, because we talking because originally I did make an unboxing video, but I decided to not try to hold on uploading it because I want to try this some console a bit more. Um, so my honest thoughts on the system, because it's now been a month since I've used it, and let me tell you something. This system has been one of my best handheld consoles I've I've owned since um my Iron Neo 2, which is literally right in front of me right here. Right, yeah. This has been the best system for me. And reasons are is that one, it's pocketable, so my pocket. Well, slightly pocketable. That's kind of what you call it. Um Secondly, it's more in line with the Switch Lite. I'll get into Switch in a moment. But yeah, hell, it even has the same button configurations as the Switch, as the Nintendo Switch. Um, um, as the Nintendo ones usually. Um, but yeah, and it's even more comfortable holding than Switch 2 because Switch 2 does not have you know these things next to it. Though the system does feel modern and it's a modern console, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll give you this. I give Nintendo this. It doesn't look hella premium. However, overall, this feels a lot more premium than the Switch 2, and I'll get into some reasons right now. Okay, so the first reason is because of well, I'm not sure that you know, but this thing is running Android. So yeah, it's the thing running Android. Oh, I can't show you the thingy. Um, running Android and all that. And honestly, honestly, Android for me, Android's the second best OS to like play games on because there are some games you can emulate. Like I know in terms of Android emulation, because honestly, Android emulation, Android in terms of emulation Android, right? Yeah, the only the experiences of that is me playing it on the Switch on Nintendo Switch One. Um, if you hack your Switch, it can run Android, and it can play games probably up to GameCube. This thing, however, can play up to um, Switch basically. If you wonder which version of the Iron Odin, because I did probably forgot to mention that, is that this version of the Iron Odin I got is the base model, not the high end one. So basically, it's got 99. gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, and um yeah, and yeah, that's basically it. Good thing though had a terabyte SD card, so basically I could add I could literally have had more games on here, which is probably a dub for me because ever since then I could probably put all my games library in here. For the past month I've been playing games just for testing reason. I've been playing um games like GameCube, no, Game Game Boy all the way up to Switch. Hell, I try. So it's basically, uh, I'm going to okay. I'll tell you how this one's like GameCube games in general. Like in terms of like, you know, consoles like the Game Boy, the Master System, the basically any 8-bit, 16-bit or 32-bit work, yeah, can run fine. That's practically a given. You can possibly just run any basically um you could run or these days you could run literally recast systems from 20 years ago and won't break a sweat. Um it so basically, yeah. In terms of like the fifth generation, yeah, the fifth generation of consoles, right? Like the N64 and Saturn and PS1. Well, obviously it's good emulation um for N64. I mainly use RetroArch for for emulating um like N64 games because what I've noticed is that I tried to recommend emulate that Movement 64 and I'll know that and honestly running games like Conker's Bad Fur Day or Conker's Bad Fur Day or March 64 and all that they run slow as hell but they do run better on the RetroArch. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I don't condone piracy. It's in the reasons because it's got in the what you call it, the ROMs I've got. I legally got them. I dumped the ROMs and all that. So yeah. Um. It in terms of okay, terms of the sixth generation, which is the Dreamcast and GameCube. I only tested Dreamcast and Game. Oh, and PS2. Game Dreamcast, GameCube, and PS2. Um, if you depends on the game, to be honest, like PJP Jackson's King Kong, you couldn't have the game at 2080p but run absolutely slow. But besides that game, all the game runs practically like how they would run on the original system. Um, PS2, same thing. It run again depends on the game. The only games I've only played on there was the Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis. That's one of my games from my childhood. I don't really make many games from my childhood because I'm not a child anymore, obviously. And Peter Jackson's King Kong on PST version. Honestly, I would rather play the GameCube version because the game looks way better than it does on the PS2. But yeah, PC emulation is alright. I used A36 2 and for Dolphin, GameCube and Wii, um, the GameCube and Wii, um, uh, Dolphin obviously. Sorry, I had a bit of brain fart. Um, PS3 and 360. There's no emulators for full version Xbox or 360. I know the PS3 emulation. There, I'll be real with you that there's no games I really want to emulate on the PS3. Well, I'm gonna have a look anyway, just to see if I run Sonic 06 in there. Because I want to play the original Sonic 06, even though I don't recommend y'all play it. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, I do know the recomp of Sonic of the Sonic the Marathon '06 thing. You know what? I'm glad for people that can help have a way to play Sonic '06. However, it's not gonna be my version. My version of play. My version. I mean, it's gonna be if I want to play Sonic '06, I'm gonna play that version of Sonic '06 or recompile version of Sonic 06, but it's not going to be my definitive way of be playing Sonic 06, if that makes sense. I've already because firstly I got PS6 for that. I know PS6 is for its bad remake and bring a completely different engine, but I don't care. All I care about is for me it's a good, fun and good experience. And unfortunately, the original isn't a good experience. However, I've been looking at mods for unless there's a mod where it literally if it played like PO6, then I would probably would play it because I because of the original project experience. But honestly, I just care about having a good time, so pick PO6 so that the game is pretty peak. But yeah, okay. In terms of moving on, I'm going a bit of tangent. I should have probably used that for the games anyways. But in terms of sorry, um, Wii U and 3DS. Okay, for Wii U, I'm having issues try trying trying out what you call it trying how to work out how to emulate Wii U games on there. But I did try out. But however, I did experiment on this on my hack switch, and I'm gonna say that if it works fine here and runs air, this Pro would run. If I had a guess, this Pro would run better because it's obviously it's double health system, double the RAM. Like I said, double the RAM storage. 3DS. The games I've only tried was like Lost World for 3DS and what's that game? Oh, and also a lot of and also Pokemon Sun. I'm probably gonna stream that, to be honest. I want to do a stream on Pokemon Sun maybe because that game it's gonna be 10 years old next year, and I want to stream that. Um, this is one of my favorite um Pokemon games that is not a remake, nor nor on the Switch. But yeah, um, they weren't fine. Play Lost World 3DS. For some reason, what I've noticed for in a 3DS version of Lost World is that there's like input delay. I know, and I think I noticed that. And funny thing is that it doesn't really happen on the original hardware. I wish there was like a fix where I can like fix that. But moving on, okay, in terms of Switch emulation, I've only tried Sonic games on the Switch, like Frontiers, Superstars, and Sonic X Shadow Generations. Um, because unfortunately, I don't know how because I'll be real with you, I don't know how to set up. I don't know. I'll get again to PC emulation in a bit. I don't know how to what you call it emulate 'cause I don't know how to like play PC games on my Android yet. So I want to see how, if I can play the original generation on that, so put, mods for that. But um, when I was playing Sonic X Shadow Generations, um, honestly, it runs okay. Like it runs eh. Um, well, unfortunately, I had to use turnip drivers to like make it run, like make the graphical glitches like at least minimum. Because I know for Shadow Generations right here, it's worse on that than it is without the original drivers that the inlay gives you, um, which is suggested by the way. Simu and as hard for 3DS. Simu for Wii U and as a hard for 3DS. By the way, I forgot to mention that. Um, that's what I use for that. Um, um, ooh, now let's get into PC simulation. So, um, in terms of PC simulation, the system can run um can run games like PO6, which I mentioned before, but at frame rate. But I think I think if I had a bit more powerful version of this console, then yeah, if I had a bit more powerful version of the system, right, then it would probably be a better experience. And you won't believe this, Sonic Unleashed recompiled. It couldn't run on here, by the way, but had to adjust the settings to make it at least run better. But I'm not gonna say, but again, like I said, I bought the base version. If I got with 16 gigs of RAM, then I'll probably sing a better tune, and it makes sense. What I have noticed is that okay. Now let's get into the issues of the system, right? Yeah, in terms of like emulation on PC, right? I'd wish I wish the system had compatibility with something called Um, Game Hub. You don't know. It's basically just a what you call it home uh basically like it's a program that makes you like emulate like PC games. You've got like a Steam account, you can, like, what you call it, use like what you call it, like use if you have a good enough Steam RAM, you can play your Steam games on your um on your Android, something like that. The issue I have with it is that I wish the game surfing could recognize my these pads. I mean, it does for Unleashed and all that, but not every single Sonic game does. And I wish I did that because there are some Sonic fan games that I really want to play on here, like GT and I know Runners who got Android port. Never mind. Yeah, GT PO6 properly, and hell even like Unleashed recompiled properly. Because if I could play those versions of the on here, then it's probably be better than this system, which I'll be real with you can play games like PO6, GT, and Unleashed recompiled at a good frame rate. Not to mention the mod support as well. So yeah, really and truly, if you really care about um owning your games, just get this. Just either get this system or I don't know. If you're looking for a good console experience, right? Yeah, and you want a cheap experience as well, like a budget friendly experience. Honestly, get this console. It's really a bang for your buck. And the one thing that this system has that this console doesn't have is that this console will never get bricked just because you wanted just to play games that want to play. In fact, I'll honestly thanks Twitch for one thing. Twitch for one thing. It kind of motivated me to figure out which system could emulate GameCube games fine, and this is like the honestly the not the cream of the crop basically, but it's like the budget, but budget cream of the crop basically. Um, but yeah, it's probably better than that one. But overall, I'll be real with you. Again, second best system compared to this one. Like, that's honestly a really high what you call it, high bar for me. By the way, like this is the best one of the best things I've ever owned. And also the best Android handheld experiences I've ever used since the Switch since I um you know um I forgot the word since I reformat yeah since I put either Linux or Android on the Switch. But yeah, I have my overall thoughts. Also, before I leave, I forgot to mention that this system right here, I put the next percent on this one. And in terms of this, uh, well, if I ever want to do a streams of like Pokemon or Zelda or anything like that or Sonic, like I'm you're most likely gonna I'll be streaming off of this because streaming streaming but using this system to play Pokemon and all that. But again, I think going forward, I am gonna use this system just to play what like Pokemon and all that. I feel like I know it's not not like a Game Boy, but it's like it feels so good, you know, like honestly when I picture like when I pictured what the Switch like running homebrew, this is what I think of, and I wish and honestly because the thing is I haven't played this, but I've actually hacked my Switch Lite. I used own one and hacked it, and did try to do the same thing as like this. Yeah, that's honestly a worst experience because for some reason the controls weren't working good for GTA for Android. I guess I did pay for that. I forgot to mention that, but yeah. Overall, it's a good one, and check out my mod for Frontiers. We've still been working on that mod, by the way, just having a little bit of a break. But yeah, I might come back. I might if I'm not tired and shit, I might stream again. Again, like the Pokemon because I've been playing Pokemon Red again. Um, again, this means I'm not gonna play Splatoon. Because again, this system cannot play Splatoon 3 online. I've got to mention that. Yeah. Yeah. I'll see you whenever, and hope you have a nice day. Bye.